Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you here today. We're diving into a topic that's both fascinating and essential. It's something that impacts all of us, even if we don't realize it. We're talking about how history moves in cycles, how recognizing these patterns can change the way we see the world, and what these cycles might mean for us right now. Stick with me, because this is going to be an eye-opening conversation. You've probably heard the saying, those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. It's a powerful idea, but have you ever really thought about how true it is? From events in the sky to shifts in our economy to changes in global leadership, history doesn't just repeat itself. It follows patterns. Today, we're going to explore those patterns, dig into their meaning, and figure out what they can tell us about what might come next. Before we dive in, let me ask for a quick favor. If you're enjoying this kind of content, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps us reach more people, and it ensures you won't miss any of our deep dives into topics like this. All right, let's jump in. Let's start with the basics. What are cycles, and why do they matter? A cycle is something that happens over and over again. It can be in nature, in the economy, or even in human behavior. Think about the seasons. Winter comes every year, followed by spring, summer, and fall, and then it starts all over again. That's a cycle. The same thing happens in our economy. Sometimes it's booming, and other times it's struggling. Civilizations rise and fall, often making the same mistakes over and over. It's all connected. If we can understand these cycles, we can better prepare for what's coming next. Take, for example, the recent Blue Supermoon. Did you know this rare event follows a 19-year cycle? Every 19 years, the moon aligns in a way that makes it look bigger and brighter in the sky. But it's not just something beautiful to look at. Lunar cycles like this have been influencing our world for centuries. For example, did you know the dates for Easter and even Carnival are based on the phases of the moon? That's right. These ancient rhythms are still shaping our lives today in ways we often don't even notice. But let's take this cycle and look back. We're in 2024 now, so let's rewind 19 years to 2005. A lot of things happened, but one major event stands out: the passing of Pope John Paul II. This was a huge moment in history. Pope John Paul II was a strong and influential leader, especially in defending Christianity against the challenges of his time, like communism in Eastern Europe. His death marked the end of an era for the Catholic Church and the beginning of something new. After him came Pope Benedict XVI, who brought a more academic and philosophical approach to the Church. Then, in 2013, Pope Francis became the first pope from Latin America. His focus shifted to issues like poverty and social justice, bringing a fresh perspective to the Church. Here's something to think about. Could 2024 bring another major change in global leadership? Maybe even in the papacy? History has shown us that these kinds of shifts often follow cycles, so it's worth keeping an eye on what might happen next. Now let's talk about what's happening today. The world feels like it's on the edge of something big. One example is the housing market in the US. Did you know that lumber prices, a key indicator for the housing market, have dropped to their lowest level since 2020? That's a massive 80% drop in just 2 years. Why does this matter? Lumber is used to build houses. When its price drops this much, it often means that fewer houses are being built. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Construction of new homes is at its lowest level in 4 years. At the same time, mortgage demand is at its lowest point since 1995. People are waiting for interest rates to drop before buying homes. All of this points to a slowdown in the economy, and it's a clear sign that we're entering a new economic cycle. History tells us that big changes often come during times like this. Could we be on the brink of another major shift? It's something worth thinking about. Now, let's talk about something a little mysterious. Have you heard of the oarfish, also known as the Doomsday Fish? This rare deep-sea creature has a strange reputation. People believe it appears before major natural disasters like earthquakes or tsunamis. Recently, an oarfish was found washed up on a beach in California. It's an unusual event that has caught a lot of attention. In Japanese folklore, the oarfish is seen as a warning sign. While there's no scientific proof of this connection, it's fascinating to think about how nature might be sending us signals. Whether it's the oarfish, the blue supermoon, or economic warnings, one thing is clear: we're in a time of transition. The question is, what comes next?
What comes next, I will explain. In times like these, when everything feels uncertain, history shows us something else. Great leaders often emerge during challenging times. Think about the biblical story of Daniel and his friends in ancient Babylon. They lived in a chaotic world, but they stood out as wise and courageous leaders. Their example reminds us that even in the darkest times, there's hope. I believe we're in a similar moment now. The challenges we face today, whether economic, spiritual, or environmental, are also opportunities for people like you to step up, learn, and lead. That's why I want to invite you to join me for a special session called the Babylon Generation. In this session, we'll dive deeper into these cycles, unpack what they mean, and explore how we can navigate them with wisdom and purpose. If you're ready to take the next step, click the link in the description to join. Spots are limited, so don't wait. This is your chance to prepare for what's coming and make a real difference. Thanks for watching. Remember, understanding the past is the key to shaping the future. If you found this video helpful, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about these cycles? Are we on the verge of another major change? Let's talk about it below. Until next time, stay curious, stay prepared, and stay hopeful. See you soon.